How's Justin feeling right now?
What do you hope to accomplish this year?
You know what? He's feeling like you would feel. If you were wrongfully accused of something, you'd feel pretty devastated. And he's looking for justice. And he's a great man and an honest, really caring person. Thanks for your time.
We're going to turn now to the latest overnight on the It Ends With Us lawsuits that don't seem to end. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds filed an amended version of their complaint. Eva Pilgrim has the details, including claims that other women on set raised concerns about Justin Baldoni.
Just because you're a power couple doesn't mean you can just bowl your way over and take over people's lives. If you extort someone by calling them a sexual predator and creating false allegations against someone, it is illegal.
New allegations are emerging about the It Ends With Us set. An amended complaint filed by Blake Lively on February 18th against Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios as part of the pair's ongoing legal battle includes new claims against the director and his partner Jamie Heath, including that Blake isn't the only actress on set who felt uncomfortable.
Blake Lively launched serious accusations against Justin Baldoni, alleging that he inappropriately harassed her and orchestrated a smear campaign against her during their time working together on the film It Ends With Us. These claims sent shockwaves through Hollywood, putting Baldoni under intense scrutiny. However, Lively didn't anticipate what was coming next. Instead of remaining silent, Baldoni enlisted powerhouse attorney Brian Friedman, a legal expert known for his aggressive courtroom strategies. As soon as Friedman took charge, the legal fight took an unexpected turn. What began as a single allegation quickly evolved into a full-scale war, pulling in Lively's husband Ryan Reynolds and placing their once unshakable Hollywood reputation on the line. The unfolding drama hinted that this wouldn't just be a routine lawsuit, it was about to become a battle that could redefine their entire careers. Brian Friedman, a legal force to be reckoned with, immediately took charge of Baldoni's defense. He assured his client not to worry, promising to turn the tables in the most ruthless way possible. True to his word, he unleashed a series of counter-lawsuits that struck back at Lively and Reynolds with unrelenting force. Instead of allowing Baldoni to be torn apart by the media, Friedman initiated legal action that completely shifted the power dynamics. He wasn't just responding, he was going on the offensive. With a reputation for being cutthroat and high stakes legal battles, Friedman wasn't about to let Lively and Reynolds dictate the narrative. The moment he entered the case, it was clear this wasn't going to be a minor legal dispute, but a full-fledged courtroom war. Every move he made seemed calculated to dismantle Lively and Reynolds' public image while fortifying Baldoni's defense. Things escalated further when Justin Baldoni, with Friedman leading the charge, hit Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds with a jaw-dropping $400 million lawsuit. This legal action accused the Hollywood power couple of defamation and extortion, essentially alleging that they had maliciously spread false accusations to ruin Baldoni's career. Friedman wasn't one to make idle threats. When he promised to take Lively down legally, he meant it.
But it's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
The lawsuit sent ripples through the industry, making it clear that this wasn't just a war of words. If Baldoni won, Lively and Reynolds could face financial and professional ruin, losing not only millions of dollars, but also their credibility in the entertainment industry. This wasn't just about clearing Baldoni's name anymore. It was about proving that false allegations, if they were indeed false, had real and devastating consequences.
Listen to me, Blake Lively. Tap out. Tap out. Call Uncle right now. Please take my advice. I don't feel like I am like Octagon side, UFC fight, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this guy's neck gonna get snapped? Please just tap out. Be done. Be done with this. Ref, please call Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds out. Just call this out. Because I'm telling you, they are not going to win this. And by the way,
Friedman didn't stop at Lively and Reynolds. He extended the fight beyond them, setting his sights on the New York Times for publishing an article based on Lively's accusations. Baldoni's lawsuit against the media giant claimed that the article was filled with distortions, omissions, and misrepresentations, all allegedly used to bolster Lively's side of the story. But Friedman didn't stop there. He also turned his legal guns on Leslie Sloan, Lively's publicist, who had been actively involved in shaping public perception around the case. When asked if Sloan would be facing legal consequences, Baldoni's team made it clear. It wasn't a matter of if, but when. Friedman's strategy became apparent. Anyone who played a role in damaging Baldoni's reputation would be held accountable, no matter how powerful they were in Hollywood or the media industry. As the battle intensified, Lively seemed to be feeling the pressure. On February 3rd, she made a desperate attempt to control how the case proceeded, requesting that she be allowed to choose who would question her during her deposition. However, the judge denied her request, making it clear that she had no special privileges in this courtroom.
Blake Lively's lawyers are now saying they don't want Brian Friedman to depose her. Girl, you don't get a choice.
This decision was a major blow to Lively, as it indicated that the court was not going to cater to her demands. The fact that she even made such a request suggested fear. She didn't want to be questioned by Brian Friedman, the very lawyer who had been relentlessly dismantling her case. When the ruling came down, it became evident that the court was not going to allow Lively to dictate the terms of the legal proceedings, leaving her in an even more vulnerable position. As the legal drama unfolded, the backlash against Blake, as it started affecting her business ventures. Her hair care brand, Blake Brown, was reportedly pulled from Target's shelves due to plummeting sales and an overwhelming number of product returns. Customers, seemingly influenced by the scandal, no longer saw Lively as the wholesome Hollywood star they once admired. Instead, she was now being perceived as a strategic manipulator willing to destroy careers.
Guess what I'm returning? Every single one of Blake Brown's hair care products. I wanted to love these. I really did. I actually love the packaging. I thought it was so pretty, but the scent, so overbearing, and now I understand why people are returning the products. Mostly because my hair felt fried. I would use the nourishing and the strengthening products from her line, and my hair felt drier than the Sahara. Like, that doesn't seem very nourishing. That seems pretty drying to me. So I'm hoping that I get to return all of them. I've only used these products like 1 or 2 times, and like this one is still unopened. So I'm hoping that they let me return them. I'm not one of those people that likes to return things that I've already used, but I'm just like, it's not worth it. I'm returning every single one of her products because none of them are good. And I think all of her products in total were like $160 or $180, and that is absolutely insane.
Press interviews about the movie, she's been acting very laissez-faire and not taking very seriously the fact that this is a movie about domestic violence. But one of the worst things she's doing for herself, her brand, and for her image is simultaneously plugging her new hair care brand while promoting this movie. Not only is it tactless and distasteful, but it's absolutely ruining her brand.
But then you turned around and you were just as supportive of Ryan. Yeah. What is it like to...
And my hair care company, Blake Brown? My goodness gracious. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy week. I haven't slept in like...
But she wasn't the only one suffering. Ryan Reynolds was also feeling the consequences. Rumors began swirling that Marvel Studios had quietly distanced itself from Reynolds, potentially dropping him from future projects. Allegedly, Reynolds had made jokes about the lawsuit, which didn't sit well with Friedman or the studios. Marvel, known for protecting its billion-dollar franchise, seemed unwilling to get caught up in the growing controversy.
Baldoni's legal team thinks so, saying the character is a deliberate attempt to mock, harass, intimidate, and bully the star.
Can we just be done?
Ooh, we're just getting started.
E.T. obtained the 5-page demand letter Justin's attorney sent to Marvel and Disney asking that they preserve all relevant documents relating to the development of the character. The evidence linking Baldoni to Nice Pool? Well, there's the man bun, a hairstyle Justin had for years, and references to body shaming, something Blake accuses Justin of doing.
She just had a baby too and can't even...
Blake Lively's legal team attempted a strategic delay, requesting an extension until March 5th to respond to the lawsuit. They claimed they were overwhelmed due to a separate 10-page case in Texas, seemingly making their request sound reasonable. However, Brian Friedman saw through their tactics. He exposed the truth in front of the entire courtroom, revealing that this so-called urgent legal matter was actually a case Lively herself had initiated 2 weeks earlier. The judge was not impressed by the deception and, instead of granting them the extra time they requested, gave them only 1 day to file their amendment. This revelation painted Lively's team as desperate and manipulative, reinforcing the perception that they were trying to play the system rather than face the consequences of their actions. The legal drama quickly became a hot topic online, with social media users overwhelmingly siding with Brian Friedman. Many people praised his aggressive legal strategy, noting that Lively and Reynolds may have overplayed their hand. Comments flooded in, with users saying things like, "Brian doesn't lose, Blake should have stayed quiet," and "This lawyer isn't messing around. He's all about facts." Some even joked that Friedman was about to sue everyone and their mom over this case. The sentiment was clear. Public opinion was shifting, and more people were beginning to view Lively and Reynolds not as victims, but as opportunists who might have picked a fight they couldn't win. Blake Lively's legal team has just filed an amended lawsuit, doubling down on their claims against Justin Baldoni. His court filings, Lively's lawyers argue that Baldoni's past statements about his treatment of women contradict his current public image as a feminist. They claim that despite his advocacy for gender equality in recent years, his past behavior suggests a different reality, one that aligns more with Lively's accusations. Their argument hinges on the idea that Baldoni is simply reverting to old patterns, despite his efforts to brand himself as a progressive voice in Hollywood.
The first thing is how absolutely embarrassed I was as a female to read it, okay? They really are the strategy here for her lawyers, while Brian Friedman is delivering point after point after point, followed by evidence with no emotion in the documents. They're just girl bossing it. They're just like, wear your florals. We're gonna file an amendment. It's gonna be cute. We're gonna give you so much emotion. It's gonna feel good. Forget the facts. How do you feel? Truly, that's what it is. It is a display of like a hyper stereotype of what it means to be a woman. That's how I felt reading this. I was like, give me teeth. Give me the facts. I don't care about the feelings. It just starts with straight feelings, okay? In the introduction, it opens up by being like, the way that Justin Baldoni has represented himself in the past, really, we're just gonna set the stage as if they're writing a script and they're not filing a document in court. This is actually the language from the introduction. It reads this. In public, Mr. Baldoni gave the appearance of taking responsibility for the fact that he had, quote, unconsciously been hurting and silencing women in his life and implored men to be man enough to, quote, shut the hell up and listen to women. He claimed that he wanted to end toxic masculinity, acknowledging his own toxic behavior by admitting that, quote, there is a woman or two that I in some way made uncomfortable by saying something or doing something that was chauvinistic or sexist. There is 1,000,000% probability that this exists, pardon, okay? And he said that he wanted to say that he was sorry and that he would do better. Okay, just so you know what that's a reference from, just so you understand how hysterical female that this filing is, this has nothing to do with the lawsuit, has nothing to do with anything that Justin Baldoni has ever done. Rather, they decided to go back and find a TEDx talk that Justin Baldoni gave 5 years ago about how he was able to better his relationship with his wife. So I'm gonna show you what they're quoting from. Again, published in 2017. Actually, I think I'm girl mathing it. That would be more than 5 years ago, okay? That would be 6-7 years ago, okay? Take a listen.
I've had to take a real honest look at the ways that I've unconsciously been hurting the women in my life. And it's ugly. My wife told me that I had been acting in a certain way that hurt her and not correcting it.
Baldoni's defense is expected to push back hard, emphasizing his long-standing commitment to feminism and dismissing Lively's claims as an attempt to weaponize his past against him. With this latest legal maneuver, the battle between the two sides is only intensifying and the stakes continue to rise. Just when it seemed like the case couldn't get any bigger, the narrator hinted that more celebrities might be dragged into the chaos, including Taylor Swift. While details weren't provided, the implication was that Friedman's legal pursuit was far from over. With his no-nonsense approach, he wasn't stopping at Lively and Reynolds. He was going after anyone involved in the smear campaign against Baldoni. As this lawsuit unfolds, one thing is certain: Hollywood's elite are being forced to rethink their power dynamics, and this case could change everything. Will Lively and Reynolds manage to escape unscathed, or are we witnessing the downfall of one of Hollywood's most powerful couples? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, Brian Friedman isn't done yet. Please like and subscribe to stay in tune for new updates. Thanks for watching!